Oh, thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Again, let me share the screen. All right, so I hope you had a good evening, good morning so far, and ready to see what the market has in store for us. Should be an interesting day, that's for sure. We had the inflation reports this morning. Um, and you know me by now, I don't really care about the numbers. All I need to see and want to see is the reaction, the price reaction. And so far, so good. We flipped green. We have decent action in crypto. We have decent action pre-market in the portfolio as well. So it looks like the market wants to follow through. And yeah, today will it be the day that finally Brett is coming in, confirming the price action? It's been a while. So since that breakout on January 6th, uh, there was no Brett follow through. So we had that big 93 GDB score. So basically a Brett trust, right? But there was no follow through on that breakout, and we came back in. We were able to hold the 21 DMA structure um, on Friday, yesterday inside day. So we're drifting above the 21 DMA structure, rising structure. So that's good. But we need Brett to come in to finally turn that McClellan boat. We need to see that turn around and finally see an expanding Brett regime. And then, yeah, it will mean that easier market than we had in the last few days and weeks. So there was money to be made, but that was definitely harder and required more patience. So hopefully we can flip that, but we'll only know at the end of the day if we close good and we finally see Brett coming in. All right. Um, so yeah, that's the story about today. In my opinion, is to see or not Brett confirm that move. So we have the McClellan oscillator just below that turning point. We have the McClellan summation basically in a flat-ish downtrend below the 10 DMA. That's very controlled. There's no panic. There's no big distribution and breadth contraction. That's the good news, and that's why we could still had traction in the last few days. But eventually, we'll need to see that turnaround and maybe follow through in that November low and expansion window. All right, that's what we want to see today. Internal still looks good. So we have that credit spreads still breaking down below the declining 21 DMA structure. So risk on is being priced in, and that's what we want to see. Same thing for the VIX, usual Monday morning gap up. We gapped up right into the 21 DMA structure, rejection, and close to just below the 21 EMA. We're still below the declining 21 DMA structure, and that's what we want to see. And finally, Bitcoin and about all crypto right now is looking very good right at their 21 DMA structure. So they're trying to complete that 21 DMA structure reclaim and backtest. So far, it's holding. We want to see that to continue and to be strong off the right side. So ideally, we push from here. That's what we want to see. But either way, we can still keep building those higher lows on the right side, and that would still be within normal price action. But we still like it when it push and offer a good momentum trend. All right, so that's about it for the market. We continue to see net new highs as well. Good action above the rising 50 DMA on QQQE. So market is still very healthy despite the fact that we don't see bread come in. So that's good to see. All right, so that's it for the market. I think the idea is really to, well, first keep it simple, right? Price is above a rising 21 DMA structure. So that's why I personally focus on my portfolio. I focus to get the exposure that I want as long as I get traction, as long as I have cushion in my portfolio, in my year-to-date results as well. And yeah, seeing Brett come in and confirm that price action would be nice. Sooner than later. All right, so that's a confirmation that we need to really kick off the trend. All right, so let's review the portfolio. I was doing that in a single chart yesterday, but just thought about that. We could do that with mini charts. It will be easier and quicker. I like efficiency. All right, so first one, SNDK. So yeah, nothing to do there. I'm still on my core, trailing the 21 DMA structure, new high again yesterday. Yeah, to be honest, if we even consolidate for a few days to weeks, that would be very healthy and normal. But looking at WDC, which confirmed the daily reversal yesterday and pushed not to a new high, but looking very strong of the right side. It looks like there's more gas to the memory group trade, and that's good to see. So let's see where those two are going. I like my exposure to the memory group. And as long as we keep the 21 DMA structure, I will be in that trade. Iron, really strong action yesterday, 9%. There was a fade on Friday, and very typical action, fade action, but still above the rising 21 DMA structure, and right back up to a new high the next day. So market loves to do that. Used to shake me out. I was very reactive, and every time that I saw some type of fading action like that, I was out of the trade and very frustrated. The next day it was either gapping up or reversing like that and making a new high. And that's why I trust more than not the 21 DMA structure now. And also, if the setup is valid above the rising 21 DMA structure, then I keep the trade. If it doesn't close below the 21 DMA structure, then the setup is still valid. The trade is still valid. And for me, that's very important. All right, so rocket companies as well. So not the new high, it was not able to close the new high. But to be honest as well, if we tighten up or digest or pull back for a few days and weeks, as long as the 21 DMA structure is held, that's good action. Shop, very strong close yesterday. Looks like we made another higher low, shakeout below the 21 DMA structure. I want to see that go today or tomorrow. The right side is looking very good. Now it's look ready, and we'll need to go. Buyers need to step in, defend that 21 DMA structure. We don't want that to see fading and failing out of the gate. Reddit, another retest of the rising 21 day structure again yesterday. It's building the right side. Maybe a couple more days sideways action above the 21 day structure, but there's really nothing to worry here unless it breaks the 21 day structure. Nvidia, uh, really nice looking 21 day structure reclaim and back tests. We held and even shake out a bit below the structure yesterday. It will need to prove itself today, tomorrow. I don't want to see that close below the 21 day structure, otherwise I will be out. But so far so good. Good action in the structure. You can look, it's still setting up. So you can look at the daily reversal pivot for a confirmation here. That's still a very good setup. A bit lagging in the last few 3 months. Yeah, 3 month RS is very low. 1 month RS is good, so trying to reclaim leadership. And yeah, one could argue that it's lagging in the last 3 months. I personally see that as a constructive basing action, and that's why I'm in the trade. Rivian, just don't want to go, but potential shakeout yesterday, below the structure, below the recent swing lows. Let's see how it goes today. I don't have a lot of expectation anymore for Rivian, but the trade is still valid. We're still above the rising 21 day structure. So unless it closed below, I'm still in the trade. Amazon, so we now have the 21 day structure reclaim. Even a couple days pullback into the rising 21 day structure would be very good. That would offer an opportunity to add to the position. It looks a bit extended right now, short term. I would personally embrace some type of pullback, back test of the structure. That would be very normal and healthy. And that's the same thing with RCL. RCL was weak yesterday. It was weak, I think, pre-market today. And yeah, a back test of the 21 day structure would not be a bad thing. As long as we hold the 21 day structure, I'm still in the trade. That's still a runner for me, trading the 21 day structure. So nothing more to do. Solana, it's I think it's the leading kind of big crypto name. It's leading over Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's for sure, short term. Um, so yeah, let's see how it goes today. I think we're up like 5%. No, 2.5% Solana this morning. So that should have a nice gap up. Let's see if we can follow through. But setup is still there. Reclaim, backtest, rising 21 day structure. And that's the same thing for Bitcoin as well. So a bit showing that reclaim, backtest. We did confirm the daily reversal-ish yesterday. So still setting up really good. And that there's still a trade. If you're not having Bitcoin exposure or crypto, I think that the setup is still there for execution today. All right, let's look at the focus list now. So I have 5 names today. First one is CLS as a 21 day structure reclaim. And again, I usually don't like to play the reclaim itself, but it's been building that higher low structure. It's been tight over the 21 day structure. We have a daily reversal yesterday. So a bit of weakness today could be very playable. Otherwise, the reclaim itself, maybe with a smaller position size, kind of a pilot position, filler position, and you can add later on the back test. Did I forget QBTS? Forget QBTS? Oh, I didn't add to my portfolio. Thank you. So yeah, QBTS. Uh, yeah, it's having that reclaim and backtest close strong yesterday. Uh, is it up pre-market? Yeah, so a bit up pre-market. So let's see how it goes. I like that setup. I like the quantum trade as well. So you have that's something that I will announce later today. Look at this, guys. Something new in TradersLab. So you have RGTI having that reclaim and backtest as well. You have Ionic as well, reclaim and backtest, and you have QBTS, reclaim and backtest. The one leading is QBTS, and that's why I went with it. But keeps building higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I like the structure. That's a big base, right? Uh, it topped in October, and since then, pretty big base. So big pullback, basing action, and the whole group, the quantum group, is setting up. Um, so yeah, I want to have exposure there. And by the way, that new feature is that you can now type a ticker everywhere in the app, press enter, just like TradingView, and you get into uh, the symbol, right? So I like one step, and Matt is not happy when I say that, but I like one step actions. I like it quick and fast, uh, time efficient, and for me, just being able to type a ticker, press enter, and going right to the chart uh, was important for me. So I hope you'll like the new feature as well. That's not much, but I think that's all the small improvements like that creates an app that is worth using in your daily process. Is it possible to put the stocks in the same group? Yeah, you can go into the sectors and teams. And look, quantum computing in the top 10. You can go into the leading. So you have it's not quantum computing. Wow, the ETF is really all over the place. I will uh, I will check that ETF later today. Looks weird a bit. So I will back check this. Yeah, yeah, okay. Let's go back to Focuslist. Thank you, Dark, to bring me back to business. So first one, CLS, we covered that. Core, uh, core, it's it's setting up. So you have the reversal pivot. I'm treating core as a shakeout below the 21 day structure, just because it closed one day below, swing back in the following day, and yesterday was the daily reversal, the 21 EMA reclaim. So look at that reversal pivot back test. That would be kind of a good entry today. Um, and yeah, otherwise, maybe it needs more time to kind of tighten up on the right side to confirm the reclaim. But if it reclaim right here, that's a shakeout for me. Next one, QBTS. We discussed that, so you can play yesterday's high for the reversal pivot. Shop, we covered that as well. 21 DMA structure reclaim and back test. You can play yesterday's high for the reversal pivot. And finally, Reddit. So Reddit, you have your inside day right off the 21 DMA structure, right off that base structure as well. So yesterday's high, if not too high, is playable. If not, maybe a bit more weakness inside the 21 DMA structure. All right, so those are the names in the focus list: CLS, Core, QBTS, Shop, and Reddit. Obviously, I'm already in Reddit, Shop, and QBTS. And I'm already pretty aggressive on the exposure. I do have, I think, 13, 13, 13 positions. So I'm not looking to add anything today. The goal is really to uh, wait for that strength, wait for those 2R targets to hit, and probably that if we don't get that strength today, no more positions for me today. I already pushed a bit more with QBTS yesterday because I wanted to have that quantum exposure, but I don't feel the need to have that CLS and core exposure, as I already have that tech exposure anyway. So yeah, probably no trade for me today, unless we do have insane strength. But even then, it will mean that the setups will be gone, and I will not have those tight entries. So yeah, nothing for me today. Probably a panda day, and I'm all good with that. Um, all right, so let's go for the questions, guys. So that's it for me. We reviewed the market, we reviewed the portfolio, the focus list, and the game plan for me today is to wait for the strength to hit my targets. That's the goal. All right, so is it possible to put, yeah, we did that. How do you put the 21 EMA cloud structure? Oh yeah, easy. So you go into the settings, price moving average cloud, you scroll down a bit and you have the color structure. So you can activate the cloud right here, and you have the coloring with the black and pink, with the cloud that is setting up right here. Oh, thank you, Tuba. You already explained. Thank you. Because the ETF has other stocks too. Yeah, yeah, Vic. That I know that's recurring. That question. We went with the ETF route for TradersLab. We want to transition to industries um, and all that in 2026. That's a big work. So that's still on the backlog, but we cannot do that super quickly. We do have other features that we want to push first, but yeah, that will be in the plans for 2026. I do like Shop better than Rivian. Simply because of relative strength. Yeah, I didn't include Rivian. Yeah, it could be in focus list for sure. It's just that recent relative strength is a bit better in Shop, but the trend is cleaner in Rivian as well. There's a bigger base in Shop. But yeah, sometimes my scan is just not catching everything, and we already covered that. I'm all good with that as long as you have high probability setups. You don't need all of them. You just need to have the best and just enough to build a good portfolio, good exposure. Uh, your scans are not used to be designed to catch everything. That's the wrong way to look at scans and screens. But yeah, Rivian can be in Focuslist for sure. When targets haven't been hit, can you discuss how far you push open heat for new ads? Well, I push like I am right now. That what else can I say? Uh, I feel confident because my NAIR is under control. It's below 3%. I'm in positive delta, so it means that I have traction. My 21 DMA structure is raised even on that new exposure. Uh, I'm very comfortable. What else can I say? If I wouldn't comfortable, I wouldn't be at that exposure and that open it. So yeah, I'm comfortable. I don't know what to say to that. Guys, if you're not comfortable being at the level of exposure and opening that I am, then reduce that exposure for you. That's as simple as that. We all have different risk profile, different way to trade. And again, if you're not comfortable with the way I trade, with the way I can push my exposure, and again, I like to build exposure during pullback, during consolidation period. I'm not trading momentum, or at least I try the less or to reduce uh, building exposure into pure strength and into the breakout itself. So I'm okay not to hit my targets right away. That's the thing. And if you buy the breakout, then yeah, you can expect to hit your target sooner. But when you build a position and when you open your position into the right side of a consolidation, then it's normal not to hit them very, very quickly. And also, I don't buy with a 1% stop loss. I like to have my stop loss a bit lower. So my targets are a bit higher. And I'm fine with that. But it just means that you have to be patient with your new exposure. They will not hit their target, their 2R target, if that's what you use. You will not hit them within a day or two. I when I used very tight stop loss before, few years ago, last year even I was using them. Then yeah, you were hitting those 2R targets within the same day. But that's not the way I trade anymore. So if I buy, let's say, an iron just off the right side here, still in the pullback structure, I do have almost a 10% stop loss. So it means that the stock need to move 20% just to hit my 2R target. That's the type of structure trading that I'm doing now. So if I wait for my new exposure to always be de-risked and keep my NAIR super low at 0.5 or 1%, super tight, then by the time that I will get my exposure, the trend will be done. That's not where I like to position myself. All right, I hope it's clear. Alex, new here. I have some questions. In your entry, you size based on the distance between actual price and 21 DMA low. Is it different if you buy on weakness or strength? I mean, you never put your initial stop on the low of the day. No, never. I have a system. I respect it. My stop always goes at the low of the 21 day structure. That's how I trade. That's my stop loss process and rules. I don't use the low of the day. Check out WLFI RS relative to Bitcoin. I don't think we'll have that in, yeah. When I talked about Solana leading, I didn't mean in the old crypto universe. I only mean in my larger crypto names, right? So Doge, right? Let me flip. Matt, we need to integrate crypto into TradersLab. Oh, he's not there. Yeah, so Doge pull back into the structure. Cardano inside the structure. Ethereum inside the structure. XRP inside the structure. Toncoin, which I didn't know, but seems like it's one of the biggest market cap inside the structure. Bitcoin inside the structure. And look at Solana. Held the top of the structure and just drifting higher. That's why I'm saying that it's probably the leading biggest crypto right now. Sui. There's so many of them. Sui USD. Oh yeah, that's a nice leading one as well. Very tight pullback. Didn't even touch the 21 day structure. Yeah, that's a nice one. Sol versus Salty. I just wanted to. Yeah, I'm not playing Solana as a long-term investment, just as a swing, and I was already in margin, so I wanted to kind of limit my margin. So I went with the double ETF, and that's the only reason. What about ALAB? So let's look ALAB. Let's switch back into TradersLab. ALAB. Yeah, that's a nice base. That's probably lagging a bit. No, not even. RS rank is at 1,362, so that's within the scan. Yeah, it's looking very good. So you have kind of that long basing action, sideways base, higher low on the right side, reclaim backtest, reversal yesterday. That's a really nice chart. What are my thoughts on RHAR? Yeah, we covered that I think yesterday. 21 day structure reclaim and backtest. I think I said yesterday wait for some weakness. We got that yesterday. Higher low again at the 21 EMA. It looks good. It looks ready. I think there's definitely a trade there. Be buy. Yeah, there's a micro setup, right? Not sure that's a good trending stock though. Kind of going nowhere with those big spikes. So you can play the big spike if we have one. But there's no trend in the last year or so. So yeah, you can put a trade, but don't expect too much, in my opinion. DE. Yeah, that's a nice one. respecting well the 21-day structure, daily reversal, right into the structure yesterday. That's a nice one. Oh, I missed your question. Sorry, Art. For the new RS line feature in TLab, would you use RSP or QQQE as we? Yeah, I would definitely use QQQE. For me, that's the most important. So, uh, and I didn't play around myself with it, but yeah, I would use QQQE personally because that's what I trade. All right, last one about American battery technology company. Hmm, looks interesting. I think the trade is behind. I think the trade was in the last few days, especially if you can cut that tight action last week. Friday there was that reversal, daily reversal confirmation. Yesterday was the retest of that pivot. Now it's a bit short term extended. So you can watch, keep that in your focus list, watch list. And if it does backtest the 21-day structure, then yeah, it looks promising. Just be aware that it likes to pop and drop. That's the character of that stock. Uh, but you can play that for a quick momentum trade. Can you tell me what is MCSI chart and how to interpret in TradersLab? Yeah, so the McClellan summation, you can go into the documentation of TradersLab. There's plenty of explanation about it. It goes into much more details than what I can do here before the market open. But essentially, it captures advanced declines, and that's an average over multiple days. So it just shows if there's breadth participation in the market right now. So the oscillator is more short term, and the summation is an average over multiple days. And I use that as a main tool to capture and measure if the breadth is expanding or contracting. If it expand, then it means that that's an easy market. You will have more advances than decliners over time each day. And for me, that only mean that it's a market that is easier to trade. And if it declines, then you will have a hard time to get traction and just not easy market, right? Roku. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It's not looking good. Uh, it trended well in April, but everything was trending well back then. It was like a mini 2020. It's not it's not trending well since then. There's a lot of volatility in that recent high area. It's faded. It reminds me a bit of kind of FSLR inside those high, always faded, always selling into. Um, and yeah, that volatility in Roku would put me away of that trade. All right, guys. So mine 23. Market looks good. Pre-market looks good. Uh, Again, if you don't have the exposure that you want, Be careful to open too much on a gap up-ish. I would still focus to catch weakness, especially with the market we had for the last few days and weeks. There's a lot of fading action. There's a lot of selling into strength. It's shown by the summation, so the McClellan contracting. So that kind of market where if you want to do good is to buy weakness into the rising 21 DMA structure and then being patient as it carves out the right side. That's the type of market we're in until it changes and we get confirmation that we're out of that market. Then buying weakness is the way to go, not strength. So if you have the exposure that you want, then I think it's a day to take it easy, to let your portfolio play out, and see if we can tag some to our targets. All right. Is there a way to see credit spreads? Yeah, of course. That's something that I track closely. So if you go into the market overview, market breadth and internals, you have the credit spreads right here. So you have the chart if you over around. And yeah, you find the credit spreads right here. All right, so have a good day, everyone. Enjoy the day. I will be in the trading pit again if you have questions. Otherwise, take care. Cheers. Bye bye, guys.